Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked? Present I was during that segment to the fact that you said yes to something. You said yes to something that you're like, I'm not quite sure what this is. And while Gina, Bella, and I have made plenty of mistakes saying yes to things that we shouldn't have, our future, our destiny, our dreams are found on the other side of yes. And that's where we co-create them with other people. The folks in that video, many of you may know or not know facially, you may not have really watched closely, but that was Jack Canfield, like author of Chicken Soup for the Soul. 3 years ago, I didn't know any of the people in that video, other than Michael Smikin, who's worked with me for 12 years. And 3 years ago, and co-created 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, 3 years ago, I had a dream about going from being a law firm owner, not operator, of a 125-person firm, and not just growing the firm, but creating impact. Teaching people in a capitalist structure how to lessen suffering in the money, time, and magic they desire. And there were people who were icons to me, heroes to me. Jack Canfield and his work was one of them. He bought our program. It's unthinkable. Jack Canfield purchased our program, referred people in his highest level of trainings to our work. You saw Jay Abraham on there. Jay Abraham spoke on stage. Forbes called him the #1 marketing coach in history in one of the articles in Forbes at some point. Jay spoke on our stage, and Jay became a dear friend of Unblinded. Tony Robbins, Chris Crone, just had the privilege of coming off of Business Mastery, and we collectively, the people at Business Mastery and the team that I supported for the American Foundation for the Blind, you heard Scott Harris mentioning it, we 6x'd the all-time Business Mastery raise record for team there and raised $420,000 as of Wednesday last week in 4 days. Why do we share all those things? We share it because there's a lot of folks that claim in the space of being able to help acceleration, and they're nice people, kind people sometimes, and sometimes they're not. And sometimes they're a little bit more self-focused and taking. You're in the right space. This is a talent hotbed for the rising and integrous mastery of how we go from hello to yes. In a courtroom, on a stage in front of 15,000, on a virtual stage in front of tens of thousands more than that, with some of the top people of influence in the world, and simply maybe just to double the size of your business, to increase your income by $100,000 to $1 million, whatever makes sense for you. But that's the space we're operating in. It's an honor. It's a privilege. Gina, you rock and roll. Let's get to these fine participants who, again, thank you for stepping into your courage and vulnerability. Gina, who do we have?
We have Ann Thayer. After having practiced law for 16 years, last year, she opened up her own law firm, the law office, the official law offices of Ann Thayer. And she believes everyone facing criminal, traffic, or DUI charges or protective orders deserve an experienced attorney who will listen and fight for them. Welcome, Ann.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And congratulations on your entrepreneurial journey step. 24 years ago, 6 months out of law school, I took that plunge, $100K in debt, no relationship capital. Everybody said I was crazy, and it was one of the most important moments of my life. And congratulations on taking that leap yourself.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and what's your fun fact, Ann?
So I like to try to dance, but I am never in tune to the music. So that is my fun fact.
So what's your favorite music to dance to?
I'm a country music girl, but I listen to a little bit of everything. I'm old school. I like some Motown. I like R&B. I like pop. There's nothing I really don't like. So.
Yeah. Would it shock you that like rock stars want to try to dance with Gina Ricci on the beaches of New Jersey at this point in her life? Because like you said, old school, which makes me a little concerned that you're referring to like Gina, myself, Bella. I'm not sure.
Like, don't put me in the same category with you, John Callaghan.
So Ann, to you, are like Gina and I, and maybe Bella, old school or not old school?
No, I don't think anyone here is old school.
You might be old school. I'm definitely not old school.
So Ann,
I'm older than Sean.
I am old school, but it's okay.
I see the youngin' in you.
So listen, Ann, thank you so much for being here today. Really.
Glad to be here. Thanks.
Awesome. Gina, who we got?
Next, we have Mr. Trevor Gerdes. He is a co-founder of BlueMax Energy and Consulting and has been in renewable energy for 17 years, specializing in commercial, agricultural, and residential energy projects. His company has joined an international network of install companies and will be expanding to online marketing, speaking on stages, connecting with commercial real estate investors and owners. And he reminds me of somebody we know, Sean. Welcome, Trevor.
Trevor, awesome stuff, man. When I hear stages, I hear speaking. That's the right space to be in. So awesome job.
Exactly.
Yeah. And how are you doing today? And what's your fun fact?
I'm doing awesome. I think my fun fact is I love the snow. So,
where do you love the snow?
Idaho. I live in Idaho.
Oh, Sun Valley? Hit Sun Valley?
No, we're southeast Idaho. I'm about an hour from Jackson, an hour from Yellowstone.
Oh.
So we're right here. Plenty of snowmobiling, skiing, about anything you want.
Jackson Hole you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah. Have you ever hit Corbett's Couloir, my friend?
No.
And if like, let's say that Gina said, I want to ski Corbett's, what would you advise her, Trevor?
Just make sure you're practiced up good.
Maybe he doesn't know it. We'll maybe Unblinded team try to have a video. If we end early, which never happens, but if we
early,
if we did, let's have a Corbett's Couloir video ready. Just a quick 10-second clip of what it looks like to go into Corbett's, which arguably is the most adventurous, to me, inbounds ski trail in North America. I know, Trevor, your thoughts?
Yeah, I've never been there. I honestly haven't even heard of it. So we've got Jackson Hole, we've got Grand Targhee, we've got all those. I don't ski a whole lot.
Got it.
I'd just soon be riding a snowmobile where the motor's pushing the skis. So
Trevor, so Jackson Hole at the top of the tram is Corbett's Couloir. So it's like their hardest trail at Jackson, which many people would say is the most difficult ski mountain in North America. I've been to Jackson. I've skied Jackson. Corbett's was not open the day that I was there because they just had a blizzard. It was avalanche alert. I'm blind, by the way, on top of it, Trevor. So I'm like actually blind. So I had thoughts of skiing Corbett's, but I think God had a better plan and made sure that there was like an avalanche dynamics. I don't know that it would have been a good idea for me to ski Corbett's. So I love it here. You love Jackson Hole. So how like what's the mission though? I hear growth, I hear acceleration present for Trevor.
Well, our biggest thing is trying to, accelerate growth. We, been in the solar industry, been in the renewable market for 17 years. We've, done, to be honest, I split off of my partners about 3 years ago. Never advertised. It's all been networking. It's all been from, doing training seminars, which basically small stages with banks and financial institutions. And, that's always kept us busy. We want to expand and grow. We've brought on a lot of install partners nationwide, so we can cover every nation or, every state and city in the nation. And really just trying to expand, get on more stages, get more advertising out there, and trying to grow the market. That I'd just soon be into the cooking and selling side and not have to worry about the install side. We just sub it all out and be done with it.
Awesome. Well,
babysitting employees is never fun.
Yeah. Pleasant. So thank you for being here, Trevor. I appreciate you. Yeah. Gina, we got some judges for Ann and Trevor. Who do we have here with us as our amazing guest for today on Mastery Monday?
Oh my goodness. We have, this woman's energy is like off the charts, like out of Chicago. She's a speaker, a host, a real estate investor, family entrepreneur expert, the CEO of the Wetzel Group, and Heart to Wealth. Loretta, aka Mama Soul Wisdom, Wetzel, is keeping it real. She earned her MBA from University of Illinois while being Mama 3 and a wife of 40 years, and is a podcast host of I Am Love Movement. She's amazing. Her smile is off the charts. Welcome, Loretta.
Woo! Thank you so much for having me today. I look forward to having fun and adding value, sharing, relating with everyone. This is what life is all about.
Loretta, we love you already. And Bella Burrita, Loretta's first word was none other than woo. And
Ashley seems to think we're going to be having fun today. I don't know what gave her that idea that any part of this is fun.
Oh, yes. Life is worth living, and whatever you're doing, you better be having fun.
Amen. Fun and magic all day, every day. So
there you go.
Are you having fun today, Sean Callaghan?
I'm having immense amounts of fun today. I'm terribly grateful. So Loretta, what is your fun fact?
My fun fact is that I love domestic and international travel. I have visited 5 out of 7 continents. I am short Antarctica in Australia. Definitely on my bucket list. Took a bit of a pause last year, but that's okay. Time to regroup and got to get that bucket list complete.
You need those AA continents are in Loretta's future. I can feel it. Thank you, Loretta, for being here today.
Thank you.
Awesome. Gina, we got Loretta and we got 2 more outstanding, amazing, incredible judges. Who are they?
2. All right. Next up, this man works in partnership with the NIH for their adaptive surveillance CVAS technology, which is capable of identifying the SARS-CoV-2 viruses with high accuracy and aims to both detect and identify the variants. Results delivered in 4 hours. He's a lab owner with Pathogen DX Inc. They do. What?
Is this Morgan Freeman from Outbreak?
He doesn't look like Morgan Freeman, but Eric Penny. Is Morgan Freeman playing you? Tell us about you, Eric. Welcome.
I don't even know what she just said.
Nobody does.
What does that mean in English, Eric?
And that's one thing of all the things. There's so many more things that extraordinary things that Eric Penny is doing in this world right now.
You just said things 5 times in 10 seconds. It was amazing. There's a lot of things in the things and the things of the things, of course, and it's outstanding. Could you please, as Bella and Gina have requested, can you explain the things in English to us, neophytes, please?
I'll do my best, Sean. So as Gina said, my name's Eric Penny. I graduated from ASU in Tempe, Arizona with a master's in nursing. I worked for about 7 years with Doctors Without Borders. I transitioned back to trauma medicine here in the States. Then I moved around to cardiac surgery, then became a neurointensivist. Then I left that career entirely to become an executive in the laboratory space, where I've enjoyed quite a bit of success. At the beginning of the pandemic, I accepted a challenge from Pathogen DX to help them create a more accurate test to detect the SARS-CoV-2 virus, which we did using an endpoint microarray methodology. Using that same technology, we're now able to accurately detect the exact clade variant that causes the positive of a COVID-19 result. We do this in 4 hours as opposed to 4 weeks, which is currently the standard. So a fun fact about me is that when I'm not improving laboratory tests or clinical medicine, I can be found jumping out of a perfectly good airplane just for fun.
Absolutely outstanding, Eric. There's some skydiving that is both in our past, present, and future from some of the fine folks that are here today as well. So, Eric, congratulations. Love the fact that you jump out of perfectly good airplanes. However, I have an important question for you, Eric.
Sure.
Is ASU, in fact, the number 1 party school in America? Like, is that
absolutely? Absolutely. I can't believe anyone graduates.
Yes, one of the people I know quite well who became wildly successful took 6.5 years to graduate from undergrad from ASU. So ASU is a great place. What is one of the craziest nights, Eric, that you ever had at ASU that you feel comfortable sharing during Unblinded during the day? We do have Unblinded after dark, Eric. So if you want to share it there at some later time, no problem. But what's a crazy night at ASU?
For me, I was under a program with Doctors Without Borders while I studied there. So most of my time at ASU was in the middle of the desert, not on campus. So I remember a couple of times, though, especially around large events like New Year's.
Medicine out in the desert, or like, research out in the desert?
That's a good question. So Doctors Without Borders has a training camp out in the middle of the desert to prepare you for traveling to other countries. So I spent several years there.
Man out in the desert, fella. Not Burning Man out in the desert.
Yeah, it's in the middle of the desert with no power, no water, no anything. So you go out there and you set up a field hospital and do the whole thing just like you were responding to somewhere in Sri Lanka, for example. I think the After Dark series would be a better place to talk about a little bit of the partying done there on campus, though.
That is awesome. Well, appreciate you, Eric, and thank you for your fun and your amazingly congruent energy. Outstanding.
At least we're talking about something that I can understand now.
Thank you, Burrita. Gina, we have one more judge. Who we got?
We do. Mr. Roosevelt Jean. He is the owner of the law offices of Roosevelt Jean. The New Jersey Law Journal also named him to its new leaders of the bar list and New Jersey super lawyers, by the way, and rising stars. He became, a finalist in the national trial competitions hosted by the American Bar Association, the National Institute for Trial Advocacy, and American Trial Lawyers Association. And he is like an extraordinary gentleman. He's here with us today. Welcome, Roosevelt.
Thank you. Thank you. Extraordinary welcome. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Roosevelt, thank you for being here, man. How are you?
I am doing great. I'm anticipating the fun fact question. It happens to be my birthday today. And I decided to take a little time out to, I know a little bit about you. And I think we've lived similar paths. I am an attorney who's been practicing law for the past 17 years, 15 years of which I was on the defense side. The last firm I was a partner and was enjoying what I was doing, was pretty good at it. I'm a trial lawyer. I love the courtroom. Now with coronavirus, I sort of feel like a fish out of water. But 2 years ago, I got a tugging on my heart because I wanted to represent victims in catastrophic personal injury cases, as well as labor and employment matters, sexual harassment, race discrimination cases. And for the past 2 years, I've enjoyed practicing law, but also have been learning each day about the business of law, which entails, meeting fun people like yourself today.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that, Roosevelt, and congratulations on all the things you're up to. And aside from it being your birthday, what do you love as a fun fact? What's one of the more bizarre moments you've ever had in a trial dynamic?
You know what? Interesting. I remember this. There was an attorney whose name shall remain nameless, but it was my first trial as a younger attorney. And as a younger attorney, I read everything because I knew these attorneys out-lawyer me. This lawyer, we're actually very good friends when we see each other in the courtroom. But we got into it. and that is, we were back and forth, and it was a fun trial. There were two attorneys that ganged up on me, but now we've actually become friends because we're now both plaintiffs' lawyers. I was on the defense side, so I've developed amazing relationships with these two attorneys. But if you would have seen us, again, this is my first trial ever against two seasoned attorneys. I beat them both, by the way. I got a no cause.
That is awesome.
But we've developed an amazing friendship, and that was like one of the most memorable experiences of my life. It was a 2-week trial. Two attorneys beat up on me, but I won, and now we're friends.
No, that is awesome. Well, appreciate that. My fun facts, I'm not sure how President said you have some optics. I've actually never conducted a personal injury trial in my life. So I have 2 top 100 national jury verdicts. They're both in business breakup cases, breach of fiduciary duty cases. And our firm has predominantly been built on recovering money for healthcare providers, hospitals, surgical centers, other people, as well as representing businesses and corporations. We do have a personal injury department, but it's actually quite new. We only formed it about 3 years ago with Howard Jaludi, one of the people in the firm. So my career has been predominantly in the business space overall, whether it be for corporations or healthcare corporations and dealing with insurance carriers. So that's been the work of our life. And then, yes, I've moved substantially into the world of speaking, training, developing, and all of those sorts of things. But your presence, your articulation, and your leap from the defense side to the plaintiff side is not a leap many people ever make. So congratulations on that leap.
Thank you. I've always wanted to do it, and my wife said, just do it. So I did it, and I'm enjoying every moment of it. Every day I'm learning something new.
That's awesome. Well, and representing people, bringing justice and confronting a giant machine that's very difficult to cope with. So awesome job, Roosevelt.
I.e. Jean Justice, which is my website.
I love it.
I thought about it a lot, and I said, this would be perfect, jeanjustice.com. So that's me.
I love it.
Welcome to the party, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Gina, we got one more person. She makes a lot of noise, got a lot of heart. What's happening there?
She's like a redheaded sorcerer. Her name is Bella Burrita. She's our role player today. She started selling crafts on her lawn at 8 years old. She then took those sales skills into network marketing, building like 7-figure businesses. Yes, giving people like 6-figure incomes in her network marketing business. And then that company shut down. She went into business brokerage, building the #1 business brokerage in the state of Nevada. Now she is definitely known for her sorcery in her company as the CEO of Aligned Sales, the female sales recruiting agency where she doubles sales revenue, increases sales conversion, and places sales unicorns to help companies scale and grow their money, their time, their magic. And like her heart is like as big as this universe. She is a heart of gold. She's incredible. She is a heart for service for humanity. And I said heart like 14 times. Bella Burrita.
You heart me, don't you, Gina Ricci?
I totally heart you. Every day I heart you.
So Gina, great job. Bella Burrita, how the heck are you today?
I am extraordinary and amazing in every single way, Sean Callagy.
Yes, awesome. So what is your fun fact, Bella?
My fun fact, so not only like if I jumped out of airplanes, like, because I didn't feel like I related much to all of the things that Eric said, but I do jump out of airplanes. And you know what else, Sean? Yeah. I actually won first place in the science fair in 3rd grade. Remember? Congratulations. So
Eric,
I know a thing or two about science.
Yes, Bella would like to work for the NIH. Bella, you ready?
NIH. Is that somewhere I can get cannabis?
I think did they call your science fair in 3rd grade the woo-woo fair? Was that it? Was that
so she's Googled the company. She knows about the cannabis.
Oh, they're really cannabis end?
Yes, the NIH is now giving out free cannabis, Eric said. So that's right. We love you. Outstanding job as always. And I was just saying today, what a great job Gina is doing in her heart, in her leadership, in her certainty. Gina Ricci, the real raw open coordinator, has taken on such a leadership role at Unblinded, employing mastery in this formula that we're talking about, heart-centered integrity, making things happen. Gina, we love you, and you're crushing it. And thank you for the great job you did today.
Well, thank you, Sean, and everyone. Like, buckle your seatbelts and welcome to the Unblinded Multiverse. You're going to have some fun, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Love you guys. Bye.
See you later, Gina. Great job. Bill, Burrita, who's going first, my friend?
Ooh. You know what? I think Trevor's ready.
I think Trevor is ready. Dude,
I think he's ready to go. I think he's a gentleman and a scholar and says, you know what? As a gentleman, I will go first and show the lady the way.
All right. Trevor, how's that sound to you?
Sounds great, I guess.
My level 5 listening is like, Trevor's like, what are we doing? What's happening here? So Bella will be anybody you want her to be, because everything happens after yes. Money gets raised for Operation Underground Railroad for $1.7 million or $500,000 for that American Foundation for the Blind, or we sell, we grow, we scale, we build, we create freedom, we create leverage, we create nations, or destroy them in our inability to say yes. For example, the night that Paul Revere wrote out, he woke up everybody. William Dawes rode the other way and woke up nobody, because they weren't hardworking, they weren't nice, they weren't integrous. No, they both were. But there's a skill set, a superpower called integrity-based human influence, and some people develop it and others don't. The more present we are, the aware we are, things happen. And that's what we're doing here. So Bella will be anybody you want her to be. Whoever, Trevor, you would like to go from hello to yes with. Ideal client, potential partner, whoever. Who would you like Bella to be, Trevor?
I think an investor, and that's probably our biggest thing we're trying to round up right now is additional funds and that to expand and grow.
Bella, you got some greenbacks hanging out of the pockets. You got people chasing you all over the Clubhouse to Facebook to the Platinum Partnership Room and everywhere else that you might show up. Bella, are you ready? Because Trevor needs some greenbacks.
I am ready.
All right.
Sweet.
Yeah, Bella, take us in, please.
Hello, Trevor. This is Bella.
Hey, Bella, how are you doing today?
I'm excellent. How about yourself?
I'm doing awesome. So a little bit about our company. We've been in the renewable energy industry for about 17 years. We have expanded our knowledge, our base, our clientele, our network in that time. We've tried to gain access to finance institutions and different groups of people where we can educate on renewable energy. Renewable energy, there's a lot of pros, cons, a lot of companies out there selling it. So we've tried to take a different approach. We've tried to do it as a educational platform. We believe that the customers and clients that we are dealing with need to make an educated decision. It's a large investment, and we want to make sure that they understand everything from start to finish on the projects and how to best size and set up their projects. So in that time, we've built and we've established additional partners with finance. We're trying to expand onto the online stages. All of our business to date has been through networking and just relationships that we've made, as well as referrals. You know, we believe that our customers are lifelong friends, and we try and establish a friendship with them because we want them to understand that we're there for them before, during, and after the project, not just, you know, to get the sale, get the money, and then we're gone. So we've tried to build that. We are seeing a bigger need in the commercial market, where a lot of the commercial customers or clients are looking at ways to save money on power bills and, you know, rising energy costs. And so we're trying to build our online market. We've set up a video room, and we're trying to expand through marketing. So we're trying to round up some funds to help with additional marketing and getting on stages. You know, we've learned that through marketing, the best way to market is to get in front of people. And so that's where we're going to guide our marketing, is to get in with groups of people that we can present to large groups, either on other people's stages or start setting up our own stages. And so we're going to focus our marketing around getting stages as an educational platform. So
that is awesome.
you have any questions?
Bella Burrita, some dude is on the phone for you. He saw you speaking on Clubhouse. He thinks you're the future of everything, and he wants you to like invest in some new cryptocurrency or something. So you can take that call real quick.
Yeah, I gotta take a quick call, Trevor, for some cryptocurrency, and I will hop back on in just about a couple minutes, and I'll learn all about it.
Yeah. Hey, Trevor, awesome job, dude. Really, present, congruent. Yeah. So we're coming back in a minute, my friend. Anne, are you ready?
Ready.
Who would you like Bella to be?
I would like her to be the parent of a juvenile potential client that's charged with a criminal offense.
Oh boy, Bella. Bella, have you ever been charged with a criminal offense before in the last week or last month?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right,
But
so
I
let's,
want the juvenile, so
yes. So let's go. Bella, you're coming in. You have an offense. You got a problem. Yeah, big problems.
got it.
Take us in.
Hello, Anne. This is Bella Burrita calling.
Bella, how are you?
You know, I've been better.
What's going on?
Yeah. So I have a 15-year-old that has gotten himself into some drug situations, and I'm not quite sure what to do.
Well, you came to the right place. So first of all, juvenile cases are very much deep in my heart. I'm the oldest of 6, and I've always been around kids. And when I very first started out my practice, I saw a lot of people treat juvenile cases as not as important as adult cases because they're just kids. And to me, I take the opposite approach. Your kid is probably the most important person in the world to you, or at least one of them, and they've got their whole future ahead of them. So for me, juveniles are where we want to fix the issues and kind of get them back on track, and I want to do everything I can to help make that happen. Some things that I usually do are talk to your kid privately without you, so I can kind of get a feel on what's going on. Most of the time when you're coming in to hire me, you might be spending the money, but if your kid's not going to be upfront with me and be able to work with me, it's hard for me to do everything I can for them, because depending on what really happened, there's different routes that I take to try to figure out the best way we can fix the situation. And so I want to make sure that I can talk to your kid.
Yeah, just quick question is, because I don't know. So do you share with me what they tell you? You know, because who's I know there's like some attorney-client privilege. Is that with me, or is that just with my?
So when you hire me, your kid is the one that gets the attorney-client privilege, and the reason I have the parent step out while I talk to the child is to protect that. So if a prosecutor were to put you on the stand and say, "Hey, weren't you in a meeting with Miss Thayer and your son, and didn't your son admit to X, Y, and Z?" Guess what? They can't do that now because you weren't in that meeting, right? What I do with the parents and the kid is talk about all the different things that can happen in court, like the process, like what to expect, like all the different stages, because that's a confusing thing when you've never been in trouble before and you just want the best thing for your kid. And that gets confusing. So I'm very open with my clients. So I make sure the kid is okay with me going over the process and everything with the parents. But in terms of what they tell me, unless the kid says, "I don't care, you can tell my mom and dad, whatever," what they tell me is between us, unless there's an ethical duty where he's in danger of harming himself or something like that. That's to protect your kid. It's for his protection.
That definitely makes sense. That definitely makes sense. I feel like I'm going to have a lot more questions.
Police are knocking at the door. Like, can you please take this? I don't know what to do with these people.
Don't talk to them. Just be quiet.
Just be quiet. I had a feeling we would be interrupted. I'll be back.
All right. So, Anne, excellent work. How'd that feel for you?
Natural. I mean, that's how I like talking to parents of kids. So
Your energy isn't Bella, like, isn't Anne's energy just like so soothing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Awesome job. Okay. So let's go, judges. We have 30 seconds of feedback that we're going to provide for each of these fine contestants. Let's start it with Loretta. What 30 seconds of feedback do you first have for Trevor? 15 seconds on what you thought worked, 15 seconds on what even could be done more masterfully to raise it, and then a quick score on a scale of 1 to 10. So 30 seconds. And Bella Burrita, Loretta, is the very fun and magical princess and queen of time integrity. So she'll drop in with, and your score is at the moment of 30 seconds being up. So please, Loretta.
Awesome. So Trevor, thank you so much. I loved your consistency. I loved your credibility in the renewable energy business. One thing I would recommend to do a little bit differently is to eliminate the word try out of your vocabulary. You used it multiple times. And you're a confident individual. You could do this. That would be the one thing that I would do. And I would give you a score of 8.5.
Nice.
Sweet, thank you.
Yeah, what'd you have for Ann, please, Loretta?
For Ann, I love the fact that you started off with a question, what's going on? I love the fact that you have a very soothing presence. You were very reassuring. You've come to the right place. I also love the fact that you clarified the attorney-client privilege so that she understood exactly what that meant, and that you're going to do everything possible to support her child. And I would give you a score of 9.
Nice. Great feedback, Loretta. Awesome energy. Eric, what do you have, my friend, for, let's start it with Trevor, please.
So Trevor did a pretty good presentation. He did an excellent job of telling us the history of his company and what his company does. He also mentioned going into the future, right? And his plans were to market. So for an investor, my feedback on that would be to give more of your investment plans. What are you planning on doing with the investor's money? And how does that equate to dollars for the investor? So that's my feedback on that side. I think overall you did well. I would give the score at 7.5, just with the expectation that you would let the investor know what you're going to do with their money and a plan revolving around that.
Awesome. Love it. How about for Ann?
So for Ann, I think Ann did an excellent job. She was extremely comfortable on the call. She was able to ask the right questions, and then she explained her process very well to the parent, which made the parent ultimately feel comfortable. So I think that she had an excellent process to close a sale. I give her a 9.0.
Nice. Great feedback. Eric Roosevelt, our trial lawyer extraordinaire. What feedback do you have for Trevor?
Trevor, very knowledgeable about your company. You definitely know your stuff. I like the fact that you repeatedly talked about your goal is to educate the consumer. That's definitely a good thing. You also talked about the need to save money. I think now in the era of coronavirus, people are they're pinching a penny. I think that's certainly important. So you definitely reassured the customer. Just the constructive criticism, just the planning. I think that's a very good point that was mentioned previously. You wanted to let your investors, what is your plan of action going forward?
And your score is?
My score is a 7.5 out of 10.
Nice, Roosevelt. And how about for Ann?
And fellow attorney, definitely, I think presence is very important, especially when you're dealing in the juvenile justice situation. I think you have a very calm spirit, which is something that you're just born with. You described the issue of attorney-client privilege, which was very, very important. You educated the person who came to speak to you. All in all, very good. I don't have much criticism. I had a 9 out of 10. I think this is something that comes very easy to you. You do this every day, obviously.
Awesome. Great feedback. Great energy, great congruence in your own right, and articulation, Roosevelt, for sure. A lot of great Zeus certainty, energetic transference present. Awesome job. We are ready for round 2. Bella Burrita, are you ready, Bella?
I'm scared.
Well, Ann, Bella's scared. The police are at the door. Are you ready, Bella?
I am ready.
Let's do it.
All right. So we'll start with Ann this time. So Ann, sorry about that disruption. I am back in all of this with my son is kind of crazy.
Well, I'm sorry. Did it just cut out on me?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought the audio cut out. So what I like to do in these conversations is I can always go through the process with you, or sometimes you come into it with some questions that you may have. So are there questions? I know your kid just got in trouble. You're probably wondering, like, what are your next steps? Like, is there something on your mind that I can help kind of clarify or direct you towards an answer?
Yeah, I mean, I would say this is, my first experience with this. I'm concerned that, I don't want it to be a reoccurring. I want to, get things, taken care of in the beginning, and I'm not sure, how long these processes even take.
well, prior to COVID, it would have been within about 30 days to a couple months. COVID, they've continued everything out. They're a good 6 to 9 months behind, and a lot of the courts, sometimes even longer. But what I like to do on these is not only we have to plan for the guilt innocence part of any trial or working out an agreement, as well as the mitigation part on what's going to happen with your kid and what a judge will do. So I like to be very proactive in that. With drug cases, the judges want to see that the young person is clean, that they've gotten either some education or counseling, maybe written an essay. For some reason, I started doing this years and years ago. Judges love essays from kids on what they've learned, or whether it's about bullying, whether it's about drugs, whether it's about theft. So I like to have them write about something in this case, since it involves drug possession, about how that could impact him down the road, or what if he'd been given something that caused injury to him or even potentially fatal, and things like that. And then community service and things like that. So I have the kid focus on some positive things going into it, and then you let me focus on the legal.
Yeah, so quick question on this, like the essay, I like this. So it sounds like we can take some proactive approaches before going to court. And I've heard of like, is there like ways to take him to like the prisons and the jails to see like, so he can see, if he continues down this path, where he'll end up? Is that
so in Virginia, they don't really do that a whole lot. They used to have a program where if it involved drugs or alcohol, they could go and work at the hospital and see different people that were coming in with drug and alcohol injuries. Their funding got cut, unfortunately, for that program. And it really is awful, because the kids that I know that went through that did awesome with that. So not necessarily through the jails, but I always encourage parents, make them go sit in court and watch people getting locked up and taken from the podium to the back room where you hear the jail cells clanging. And that kind of has a big eye opener or it can be a big eye opener for kids when they see that going on.
Got it. So I got to run right now, but what are our next steps?
So I can take down your information. We'll get you out a retainer with instructions, and we can go from there. And then you'll have all the contact information in case you forgot something or something wasn't clear. We can always follow up with that as well.
Got it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And great work. How'd that feel for you?
Good.
Nice. All right.
Natural.
If you had one word for Anne, what would that be? Or one sentence?
Yeah, just definitely ease and comfort in the situation.
Nice. Okay. Trevor, you ready? Bella's got some greenbacks. The cryptocurrency pirates are out after her. But yeah, you ready?
Hi, Trevor. I'm back.
Sorry, I was muted. I'm ready.
All right. Take us in, please.
Hi there.
All right, Bella. You're back.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So on the funding that we talked about, what we're after is trying to increase our marketing. We're trying to increase our visibility and our awareness, across the country. We are going to make sure that our presence is known and that we build a brand. What we're really after is that we are going to be one of the larger solar consulting and sales and installation companies in the world. And
yes, Trevor, why is this your passion? So, I hear you want money. I hear all the reasons, what you want to do with it. But, why are you doing this? Why is this what you want to do and grow?
So we've been in the industry for a lot of years, and in that time we've seen a lot of misleading, a lot of overselling and that. So what we like to do is make sure that our customers and clients are very well educated. Renewable energy is something that's growing more and more every month, every day, every hour. They're trying to offset more of the demands with that, trying to limit the carbon footprint. And so there's a lot of incentives and a lot of things pushing that. And we just want to make sure that people are buying products that they are very well aware of how they work, that there's no question, and that they're not being oversold. That's been a big problem in a lot of the markets that we've worked, where people are just selling a solar system based on a monthly bill. They're not really going over the whole cost and payback and longevity and things like that. And so I think customers are sometimes being oversold. They're being delivered products that maybe aren't quite what they expected. And what we've found is they don't know what questions to ask. So that's kind of why we started doing it on an educational platform, is we believe that the customers need to know the difference between an orange and an apple. You know, solar, with any product, there's a lot of different products out there. You're not just buying a solar system for the house or for the business. There's a lot of different qualities of panels and longevity and things like that. And we want to make sure that our customers, or even any other customers for that matter, understands what they're getting into, so that they aren't trying to compare pricing on one product that's maybe lower tier than others. So we believe that we have a process to help with that and help save customers money as they go into their investments. And that's why I believe that we have a good product that we need to get out there.
Hey, so, sorry, Bella, there's some dude at the door saying that you should power your home with plutonium. Can you take this call?
Yes, let me grab this call.
Yeah. Trevor, great work, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Had that for you, Trevor.
Sorry, what did you ask?
Yeah, I said, how did that feel?
I felt great. Yeah, I felt a lot better. I was watching my try. You know, I noticed right off the bat that it's just the way that my brain works. You know, you need to build your confidence more and not use that so much. I appreciate that feedback.
Awesome. So how about this, Trevor, and we're gonna have a little bit of fun here. And I'll put a 1 or a 2 under the table right now and say, Trevor, do you think it is a 1 or a 2?
A 2.
It is a 2, Trevor. Boom. So you get to put me on the hot seat, although I will then do that role play with Anne. So who would you like me to be? I've got to go from hello to yes. Same scenario, we just put you under, except you could just make it up in any way, shape, or form. So I will be anybody you want to be, going from hello to yes with anybody else. Could be to buy a professional sports team, maybe sell a hot dog on a street corner, advertising partner, anything in the world. So who would you like me to be, Trevor?
I like the advertising partner. Let's go that route.
Okay, and so I'm selling an advertising partnership from who to who?
That's a good question. I don't know, maybe an advertising partner for, you know, trying to pick up a new marketing firm.
Okay, so I am working as which company? So I just want to make sure I had the scenario correct. So I am a marketing company, or I'm looking to partner with a marketing company?
Let's say you're a marketing company and you're trying to partner in with a larger marketing company to expand.
Cool. All right. So Anne, you're a larger marketing company. I'm a smaller marketing company. And how about this, Trevor, that I'm looking to have work that they're not able and capable of doing, or think is too small for them, or maybe it's not profitable enough for them, and I'm seeking to start doing that work with them. Does that sound good?
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. Okay. So Anne, are you ready?
Sure.
All right. Hey, Anne, I know you only have like 3 minutes today. I'm so appreciative for you taking the call. Again, my name is Sean, and I have a startup marketing agency and strategy company on what to do. And I just want to check in real quick to see what you're up to and what your vision is. I know we only have 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I know that what's at stake is a longer conversation between the two of us about maybe doing some work together. But would you mind sharing, Anne, what's your vision for the agency? I mean, you have 175 people working there. You're working with some of the biggest names in the industry and the business. Like, what are you up to, and where's this all going?
So we're trying to expand from the West Coast over to the East Coast, and we'd like to get some offices set up where we're focused on the right person. I think we take a lot of everything right now, and we'd like to kind of direct our attention to certain clients, and then whatever we can't handle, maybe we can incorporate that into a firm that might have those needs, or might be able to adjust the needs that those people might have.
And Anne, so thank you. I appreciate that. And why? Like, why West Coast to East Coast? Why the growth? What's driving you? What's driving Anne? Like, what's this?
I think when you have a company and you've done well in one area, you like the challenge of trying to take it to a whole other level. You know, you have people that might come from the West Coast over to the East Coast or vice versa. And so you want to be able to help out anybody that's coming to you and be the go-to in your industry for those particular services.
Yeah, awesome. Will it be okay, Ann, if I shared just a little bit about myself?
Absolutely, please do.
Yeah, I'm present to the desire for growth. I'm present to all that you've accomplished so far. And again, I'm really thankful for the couple minutes. So again, my name is Sean. And I think in a capitalist system, there's an extraordinary challenge for business people in getting their message out. You know, Peter Drucker says that business is only marketing and innovation. That's it. And what marketing means to me, maybe it means to you, is the ability to get our message from our mind, our heart, into the heart and mind of other people and have them act upon it integrally. Now, the challenge with all this, obviously, is the cost, the money, time, and energy it takes to get that messaging out. You know, we all know that it takes 17 impressions now to have somebody act on something when just a few years ago it took 8. And a few years before that, it took 4. So in this insanely, densely populated, crazy world, Anne, I spent the last 2 decades of my life studying, innovating how messaging is acted upon, how it's received integrally. And what I've come to find is there is a formula and a mechanism for the delivery of these things. And bottom line, whether it be inside of a jury verdict, inside of a stage talking to people that are entrepreneurs, whether it be causing people to volunteer, to participate in a team, people act the same way. There's mechanisms and principles from integrous scarcity to the creation and deepening of emotional rapport being to me the filter of what prevents all messaging from being received and acted upon, to literally making sure we understand how to integrally leverage pain, to convey heroic, unique identity, and all of these things have led me to produce some extraordinarily unique, diverse, and successful results. So if you were to give me, Anne, the privilege of a 30-minute meeting, if you feel any pull, any resonance for what I'm saying, any curiosity, in that 30 minutes, my promise to you is I will blow your mind or tell people that are out there in the world to never speak with me again. You have an extraordinary reach, a ton of influence. I'm here to serve and add massive value. And if you give me the honor and privilege of your time and your energy and your attention, I will return it in spades. Your thoughts?
I like the confidence, and 30 minutes of my time to invest in somebody that can bring value to my company is somebody I'm always willing and ready to listen to. So let's do it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Anne. At a roll, how'd that feel for you, Anne?
I was a little off because I don't know as much about that particular area, but I think I was okay.
No, you were great. How did you feel about my messaging and my share?
I really like the message. Like, I like listening. I'm a big heartstrings person. So when I feel like people are being genuine and real and just telling it how it is, that's how I am. I'd rather hear something didn't go right or something's bad than, just have somebody BS their way through something. I felt like you know what you're talking about and you believed in it and you were genuine. And to me, that's one of the most important things for what I look for in anything in life. So
awesome. And Trevor, how'd that feel for you? And
I would agree with her 100%. I think, the genuine way that you presented it and, really makes the comfort level up where it needs to be. And yeah, there was no hesitation and, basically said, your time's important. I know your time's important. And I want to value your time. And I want to make sure that we utilize the time that you give me to the max benefit possible. So,
well, appreciate it. Thank you. Bella, quick thoughts.
I just love your confidence and certainty and the conveyance of that. I think that that's something that every business owner needs.
Awesome. Well, appreciate it. So let's go in reverse order. Roosevelt, let's give some feedback this round for Anne first.
And I think, again, I like your story, your narrative fashion. I think a lot of the qualities you have makes you a great salesperson, great conversationalist. You're engaging. I liked it. Good.
Awesome.
And your score is?
I'm gonna give her 8.5.
Nice. And how about for Trevor, Roosevelt?
Trevor. You know what? Trevor, in our prior question, I think there was a question about what's your passion? And I think you missed the opportunity to really tell a story. I think Sean gave a pretty good example of just being very personable and warm. I'd like to know more about you. Maybe in your sales pitch, you can give a little bit, maybe a little anecdote. As a trial lawyer, I love telling a story. I know there's a story in you, whether you're a husband or a father, something that will definitely connect.
And your score is?
I'm going to give him a 7.5.
Nice. And Roosevelt, thank you so much for being here today, for your straight shooting feedback on all the assessments. Great job, my friend. And how was the Real Raw for you today?
Great experience. I think, putting people in an uncomfortable position is, in sales, whether you're selling whatever you're selling, whether you're a trial lawyer, whether you're selling part of your company. I think exercising those skill set is definitely important, and it definitely will help everyone grow.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
Great experience.
Well, thank you, brother. Great job. Loretta, what feedback do you have our new friend for, please, Anne?
Yes, so Anne, I just love your confidence in your ability to explain with clarity what it is that you have to offer. And even when you were role playing with Sean, it was like, okay, I'm not quite sure about this with it. And you were very comfortable and confident in that. The one thing that I would do a little bit differently just overall is move a little bit quicker to or clearer for your call to action. And I would give you a 9.
Nice, great feedback, Loretta. And how about for Trevor?
So Trevor, for you, one of the things that I would like to see with you is you are so knowledgeable in what you do. And I love the fact that you're always looking to solve problems for your customers and practice conveying that confidence. Like, I am the best in the world in what I do, and I'm going to share that with those individuals. So that would be one thing that I would recommend for you.
Nice.
And
Thank
who Trevor is?
The score would be a 7.5.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Loretta. Loretta, how was your day on the Real Raw today? You brought such beautiful fun, energy, grace, elegance, wisdom. How was it for you?
Oh, can I come back? I love it. And the intention was set in the beginning to have fun. So it was the only way that it could turn out. I loved it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Eric, how about yourself, my friend? How was today for you?
So today for me has been wonderful, Sean. It's been an honor to be on the show, and it's really provided me a little time to relax in the middle of all of this seriousness that I deal with every day.
Well, thank you for all the work you're doing in the world too, Eric. And how about a little bit of feedback, please, for then Anne and then Trevor?
Sure. So, Anne, you seem comfortable with any product that you deal with. So even when Sean caught you off guard and gave you something that you're not too comfortable with, you did excellent with that, and you were able to progress the sale on to the next stage. Overall, I think I'm going to give you an 8.5, just because you're able to deal with some of these things even when you don't know the subject matter that well, and that's an ability that salespeople have, not other people. For Trevor, you did a good job on your presentation, and you also did good on the feedback from earlier. You eliminated the word try, and then you started using words like will be, our company will be, or we will become. That sets a different tone for your company, by the way, which projects when you talk to investors or anyone. Your passion to educate the market in which you serve is something that you need to work on. You need to just tell the investors bluntly how you're going to educate these people on what questions they need to ask and the quality of materials used. A blunt statement like that would have progressed this farther, quicker, but overall you improved, and I give you an 8.5.
Nice. Excellent. Really appreciate you. Thank you for your time today. And great work, Loja being here, helping keep people out of injustice and supporting them and getting on the straight and narrow. What was your take on the Real Raw today?
I had fun. Like I was a little bit on edge, wondering what to expect as we went along, but I just tried to focus on being myself and, you know, going with what I know best is just being me. So I had fun. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate all the feedback, good and bad. Like it's always good to know, you know what you do every day, but it's nice to hear how other people perceive it. So you can always learn and do better. So
Cool. Awesome. By the way, we've had more than 3,000 people on the Real Raw to date. So thank you for being a part of that. Not watch, I mean, like literally participate like yourselves since COVID began. So
wow, that's awesome.
Trevor, how about yourself, man? How was today for you?
I think it was awesome. It's good. It's good to see how you need to work on, you know, your pitch, your presentations, your confidence, your storylines. I mean, that's the pitch has been our big concentration for the last few weeks, and you know, this has been awesome. Just having the feedback and having a chance to kind of get thrown under the bus and, you know, get some different ideas has been good.
Awesome. So listen, thank you all for being here today in our final 90 seconds or so together. This is just the introduction to what we do tonight at 7 p.m. on Clubhouse. You're like, on Club? What? On Club. Maybe some of you know it. Clubhouse. Do not wander around Clubhouse. Do not randomly network. Do not post and pray, believing social media is going to work it out. There's intentionality that causes business acceleration. Becoming unblinded, exponentially, seeing what you don't see, but exponentially growing your money, time, and magic. We do tonight on Clubhouse starting at 7 p.m. for 90 minutes where we unpack the formula, the full introduction to the formula. And if any of you want to come, we'll say thanks and we'll give you some special focus and treatment for that, as well as Trevor maybe shining that presentation up even a little bit more. We could role play it a little bit out. I have some thoughts on that. So if any of you want to be there, we normally have an audience of 100 plus. We had 200 plus people that came through last Monday night. You're more than welcome to be there. And then Bella and I and some of our other Unblinded amazing team every morning from 9 to 9:30, also on Clubhouse, we do ecosystem merging. Like, how do you create these joint venture strategic relationships that last and actually grow? If you guys want to come on that, again, we'd be happy to unmic you, have a little bit of conversation about your Real Raw, and give you some very tangible feedback. So hope to see you tonight. Hope to see you tomorrow morning. We'll have people from our team reaching out to say hi, to see if those things are interesting to you and or other advancement in the work we might do together. So thank each and every one of you. Bella Burrita, final, because P.S., this is where Bella and I met, on the Real Raw. She was a participant. She was extraordinary. And now Bella's like rocking the world. So Bella, final.
Yeah, I would say final is, you know, if you're, you know, looking for investors or to grow your time, money, and magic, is you definitely want to be there tonight on Clubhouse because he unpacks the formula. So, you know, there's a science to what Sean did and going from hello to yes. And it's what he used to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts. It's what he used to build a law firm from 0 to 40 right out of law school, $100,000 in debt. The formula works to grow and scale in more time, money, and magic. And so if you're curious, then you want to come. Like, if you have all the time, money, and magic in the world that you want, you're like, I'm going to go to Disneyland. I'm going to fly across country and go to Disneyland instead because I have the ability to rent my private jet and go to Disneyland anytime I want. Then maybe it might not be the place for you. And, you know, we'll be sending you well wishes in the meantime. But if not, definitely join us.
Mickey Mouse ears. Like
What's
that. I would like either Mickey Mouse ears or I would like a Peter Pan sword from whomever has that going. But back to you, Bella.
Perfect. So bring the Peter Pan sword back. If not, and you want to know how this formula can actually relate to your business, definitely join us tonight on Clubhouse. And you'll get a link for that in your email. So definitely look out for that. Yeah. Back to you, Sean.
We'll be there.
You guys are absolutely extraordinary. Really appreciate it. And flag in the ground. Everybody in the world is saying they have the way to help. We've had some unbelievable people, including Tony Robbins, say that if you don't know what we're up to, and he said nobody leaves with more heart and integrity than the fine folks here, then you need to. And that's an endorsement that man just doesn't give. And
he actually said Sean Callaghan leads with more heart and more integrity. Let's just be clear on that. Not those people over there. He said the word Sean Callaghan leads with more heart and more integrity. And if you're not paying attention to what he's doing, you want to pay attention. So let's just make that distinction point.
Love you guys. Hope to see you tonight. Have a beautiful rest of the day. And by the way, Bella Burrita, we're all blind.
And just learning to see.
Thank you.
Right.
Nice.